what's up friend? Welcome back to another Spider-Man or 3D Omen Path standard video, and today we're going to have a look at this Naya Yuna decklist that got top 8 in the most recent standard challenge. I'm so excited to see Yuna back in the top 8 of the standard tournaments. I've always loved this deck, but it was pretty hated out by the VV Cauldron deck, with Agatha Soul Cauldron being capable of hitting the graveyard. And this decklist does kind of rely on, you know, the graveyard to be at its most powerful. So we see right here 5th place with a 5-2 record in the first standard challenge after the bans came out. And it's so good to see Yuna back on top. This deck was played by Claudio. Now I have made a couple of changes to it. Like I'm playing a couple of different cards. So it's not the exact 75, but I do feel like those changes are necessary for the arena ladder. Like I'm playing Cavern of Souls, I'm playing Fire Magics in the sideboard, and I have some Dredger's Insights in the main as well. So Yuna, Hope of Spira is the star of the show of this deck. 5 mana 3/5 creature. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. So it's basically like an enchantment deck list. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finale counter on it. So there's a lot of like ways for us to discard these enchantment creatures. And our best hits with Yuna are Overlord of the Boiler Bilges and Overlord of the Mistmoors. So Overlord of the Mistmoors is that powerful 7 mana 6/6, and when it enters or attacks, you create 2/1 white insect creature tokens with flying. And then you have Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, which is 6 mana 5/5 with a pending 4 as well. When this permanent ends or attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target. The really cool thing with Yuna and Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, because Yuna gives enchantment creatures lifelink, you actually deal 4 damage and then gain 4 life off of the Overlord of the Boiler Bilges with Yuna, which is really cool. So then we have a bunch of cards that I thought were kind of interesting to see in this deck. A most helpful Weaver from Spiderman, 2 mana Saga. First chapter, you create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. Second chapter, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature control. It becomes a legendary spider hero. And the third chapter, target creature you control gains double strike until the end of turn. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the function of this card is within the deck. I'm just assuming it was for the mirror decks, because you get yourself a spider with reach. The double strike can be really cool in combination with cards like Fear of Missing Out, or, you know, if you have a card set up with like the lifelink attached to it because of Yuna. The most helpful Weaver also synergizes with another card that I thought was quite interesting to have in here, Enduring Innocence. Enduring Innocence is that 3 mana 2/1 enchantment creature. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 2 less enter, draw a card, triggers only once each turn. So a most helpful Weaver, the spider, you draw off of it with the Enduring Innocence. The Fear of Missing Out is also a 2-power creature, so that's another card that you're drawing from the Innocence. And Overlord of the Mistmoors makes 2/1 flyers, which is another Enduring Innocence trigger as well. So I kind of see it, even though normally in like the original versions of this deck list, we had things like the Summon Fenrir that's all play in here, or the Esper Origins. So quite a different take, definitely more like creature heavy. And I do think that is a pretty nice call against like the expected meta, which is for 100% going to be like Dimir. Like one thing is for sure, you're going to be running into the Dimir decks. You're going to also be running into Kona decks, Kavero decks. So I do like the fact that there's Storage Towers in here and Get Lost as well, to be able to tackle those decks a little bit better. There's still Ghost Vacuums in the sideboard too, of course, because you still need your Graveyard Hate. And of course, as a deck list like this, you are supposed to expect the Graveyard Hate as well. So perhaps that's also a reason why a most helpful Weaver and Enduring Innocence are in here, because you know, it does give the deck a little bit of like a backup plan when you're facing a lot of Graveyard Hate, of course. And then you can also hardcast Overlord of the Boiler Bilges and Overlord of Mistmoors, which is also a reason why things like greedy cards like Summon Knights of Round or Summon Bahamut aren't in the main board, I assume, because those cards are kind of dead if your graveyard is shut down. So there's one in the sideboard, but it does feel like this deck really respects the potential Graveyard Hate that you might come across, which maybe makes it look like to us that it lacks some power, but when you think about it, it makes a little bit more sense. So a really interesting take on Yuna. Just super happy to see this deck like back in the standard meta. And let's check it out on the ladder ourselves as well. I'm pretty sure I had a 5-2 record with this on the ladder, so pretty happy with that. Let's dive into the gameplay, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, well, we don't have any white mana on here. That explains Ivy for real. Yeah, nah, like... crazy this. I gotta mull that. I need white. Like, this whole hand is white. How do they know? I don't know. Hopeful Vigil. How many do we have of those? 1. Okay, interesting. A spicy Hopeful Vigil. I'll probably get rid of that though, because I feel like I have better here. Let's go right here. How many lands in this one? 25. 25. A respectable 25. Alright, Ortsov and a Cecil. Wow, we're so back, you guys. We're so back. We're so back. I don't know. There's so many cards in Avatar that I think are just incredibly fucking cool. Like, it's really hard to pick a single favorite, I fear. Like, it's so difficult. They're so cool. Is this Orzhov Pixie? Okay, interesting. $25 again. Have you not learned from the mirror? No, I haven't. I have not. Yuna! Prettiest girl. You had a dream that Vivi was banned. Shit. You are living a dream. Yeah, it is Orzhov Pixie. Okay, alright. I love the Aang sleeves. Alright, we can just put that in play. I need a land. If I can just like curve out into this Yuna, I'm gonna be living my best life. Orzhov Pixie is surprising though. Like, I feel like Orzhov Pixie thrives against creature decks. Like, I think it can be really good against like, you know, Simic or Azorius mid. I don't know how I feel about it against the majority of the decks, but you know. Time will tell. Well, I need a land, buddy, but... Oh, hell. Arena, don't do me dirty. Give me a land. Are you doing the Avatar event? Yeah, of course, of course. We're gonna be live the second the event goes live, which is 7. And then we're just gonna be gaming all day, like 10 hours or something. I tend to go pretty hard on like the streamer events because I love them. So expect like about 10-hour stream tomorrow or something full of Avatar brews. All right, Yuna, we need you to step up. Ooh, get him. I have BB, and BB is going to be able to snipe the Cecil while also giving us some life. Oh, I have no idea yet. I don't know yet. We'll probably be taking some, you know, at the end of the stream, I'll probably see if I can have some brew ideas or suggestions from you guys and shove them in a document. You got it from the weekly MTG stream. What's cooking? Yo, do you have the recap for us? Do you know what they were talking about? What's the tea? How are they gonna do the new bands? Be pretty curious. I think it starts at 7 tomorrow. Let me double check that in the Let me double check that in the Discord real quick. Where is it? Schedule? No. General. Ooh, they're gonna try to kill Yuna. I swear, Edge of Eternities, no. Alright, Yuna, go get him. 7 band-aids listed for next year. All of them line up with being about 2 to 3 weeks after the set release. Yeah, and the coolest thing too, what Frank Carson said too, is that... Ooh, I could go phase. Nah. I think the coolest thing that Frank Carson said too is that the first band window, which is in February, is actually like in the middle of the RCQ season or something. So if something is crazy imbalanced, then we can actually ban, which is kind of sick. So that's nice. When the hell is this account support? I'm trying to find the... Am I in the right streamer event? I am. General? No. Event support? No. Where the fuck is this? I literally had it yesterday. Updates and announcements? There we go. Yeah, it starts 7 PM my time, so... Yeah. The VMCT, which I think is 10 AM Pacific. Okay. me just hype that up in the chat here, pin it, boom. Okay, Pixie. Words of Pixie. I think we want some more seam rips. Don't need Hopeful Vigil. You know what the one-off Hopeful Vigil is doing necessarily, outside of just vibes? Voice of Victory, I don't hate. I want Heritage Rex too. Elspeth, not really. Let's play Fire Magic in the sideboard. Yeah, for sure. And I think it may need to as well. Like, I think Fire Magic is a really good card against Dimir, so I'd maybe consider running Fire Magics in the sideboard, definitely. I don't think that's a crazy call. Then again, this deck is playing 4 copies of a Most Helpful Weaver, and like that 2-1 Spider with Reach is also pretty good against Dimir as well, so... You know, there are some tools in there, but... Yeah, you could always be in a position where you sideboard out Most Helpful Weaver and play like Fire Magics if you wanted to, I think. I don't think that's bad or anything. They did the repeat of what they always say, where they don't just want to ban every card that's powerful till like 5 decks are dead. They try to ban for at least 3 decks in tier 1 and a small gap for tier 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, a lot of people think that, you know, the second a card becomes powerful, it deserves a ban immediately, but it's all about like how it impacts the meta, and like, you know, how meta warping it is always something to be paying attention to. Like, is the whole meta like teching against your deck and still failing? Like, then you have a problem at hand. A lot of people just feel like, oh, this card is powerful, get rid of it. Like, we're just like, no. It's not about whether or not the card's powerful, it's whether or not the card's problematic. There's a big difference in there. Yeah, the Mirror is definitely going to be the most popular deck for a while, in my opinion. Seems like you're taking it seriously and got the message that the current situation isn't okay. Well, thank God. We celebrate that, you know, we do. We celebrate that for real. We celebrate. Alright, well, nothing flashed in then. Nothing flashed in. Probably got like a Pixie and are just waiting to like pick it up again or something like that. Well, I'm kind of just have a lot of like answers here. Maybe just like Seema Rip the Momentum Breaker, just steal it from him. I don't really feel like playing anything else out. We can take it easy. Mirror's been the most popular deck in Legacy. Well, I fear this is standard, so but it's a little different. I could just play it out like regularly, but yeah, I don't really want to say that it feels like a bit of a waste. However, you still think, nah, they should have absolutely had Profs, 100%. Profs was always going to make, is that still exist? We know that. We had the data, we had the numbers of people trying it. So no, they made the right bans in my opinion. They really did. Well, there's a banger. They did the right thing. Play Overlord. But yeah, it's looking good, Libby. It's looking good. Like, feels like pretty open, and I'm excited to see how Avatar shakes things up and stuff. What's the next best deck out right now? Hey, I got a great video up for YouTube. YouTube members where I answer that exact question, you know? No white, but we'll see what we can do. You separate anything specific against Simic, or is it kind of a winning matchup already? Speaking of red aggro, damn, somebody's still trying it, huh? What the hell, sure. Against Simic? I don't know yet. Like, it's too early to really be calling like that. I should have waited till they swung, but whatever. Reading the chat. Poured out base, I get red. Yeah. Of course. Which is okay. Should still be a good matchup for us. Just curious to see how they've built it. Your bestie. lot of people scooped me recently, assuming I'm mono red. Jokes on them, I'm playing Jund Lizards. Period. Love that for you. Kind of awkward draws. Kind of awkward draws here. We're fighting the one and only Godzilla. Time for the ultimate slay. The buffed up Helix OBB. Boros Charm vibes. I do actually think that Lizards may be pretty well positioned as another aggro deck to try. She has homophobia in her eyes and a hatred for mono red aggro in her heart. What a diva. You've seen a ton of random encounter on the ladder. People are just playing goofy decks, you know? They're just goofing around. Mono red just scoops to this. Yeah, like they need to remove Yuna, and if they can't do it, this Overlord is actually just going to end their career on the spot, so... Yeah, let's look a little suspicious this. Witchstalker Frenzy? It is Witchstalker Frenzy. And then another Witchstalker Frenzy? Double? Or is it like an obliterating bolt or something? I'm just gonna hold on to this. We get baited. Let's try Dredger's Insight, see what we hit. Hey, I see another BB. Yeah, you're done for mono red. You're done. You're done. You're done. It's over. They don't realize. Where's Garen now to save you, huh? Where is she now? Nice looking deck you got over there. It'd be a shame if you couldn't stop my life gain. Ahaha. Ahaha. Bye. Karen is crying from her prison cell. Yeah, I got my one Beza. Well, wasn't expecting to see much mono red at all, but here we are. Lightning? I don't know about that. That'd be sick though. No more, yeah, no longer getting ran over by the complaint. Feels like it keeps me. Just gotta hit some green and I'm good. So much Guevaro, yeah. Double rock face. May just hit it with Get Lost. Yeah, Lightning really needed haste, and like her 2 toughness also makes the card like super vulnerable, so you know. A little awkward always. Game's boring without VV. No. No, not really. Not really. We celebrate this moment of peace. Calm, quiet before the storm of Avatar, you know. Yeah, we no longer need VV, we got BB. BB the boiler bilge. To be fair, Lightning with haste would be busted. LOL. Yes. Yes. Probably a reason why they didn't do it, but hey, it's what we deserve, you know? It's what we deserve. I want to cast this Dredger's Insight. Simultaneously, I don't have green and I'm not sure if I will anytime soon, so... I feel like I should have discarded BB. Look at that. 4 toughness, 3 power, Boros color. Like, who is this icon? No. Well, shit. You could swing with the Firebrand, but you just like kind of 2 for 1 yourself, but you could do it. Oh yeah, Standard has slowed down a good amount, so like we can breathe again. Ooh, that's also tempting to do, not gonna lie. Alright, let's take a risk on this then. Yuna! No tax. Also got the Lulu. But that's gonna go once the creatures come out. Because we got instant enchantment land, so... We're gonna lose that when we revive it, but it's okay for now still. Mono Red literally just killed me on turn 4 a second ago. Hey. You know, that's turn 4. Hey, that's turn 4. Kind of like weird. I'm interested in blocking it. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. Go for it, buddy. What is this? Human? Like, I'm chilling. They're fully tapped out. No graveyard shenanigans. Like, that was so worth it for me. Now I set up the Overlord and I'm thriving, basically. Thriving. Thriving. And there they go. And there they go. Kind of awkward with the double Elegant Parlor on the draw, I fear. I don't really think that's what we want to do. It's a one-lander. Yeah, I mean, what other like what do you mean like 10 plus problematic cards? Like there aren't even 10 problematic cards in standard. Just because a card is powerful doesn't mean a card is problematic. Okay, I'm cooked already, bruh. 25 lands into 2 one-landers is kind of deranged. Wow. A problematic card warps the format around it. Okay. Well, Molda 5 is definitely not going to put us in a good spot, I fear. He had to do a ban and popper. Oh. Reban it. They rebanned it? Wait, what the hell? I don't... Interesting. It was a reban, kind of expected. Ah, I see. They unbanned High Tide and then rebanned it. Interesting. Hey, at least they're open to the idea of, like, you know, unbanning things. Unbanning things and all that stuff. That's kind of neat. It's just a testing period. I kind of respect that, though. Yeah. Normally, Wizards are so afraid of, like, unbanning and banning things. That's cool. Really wish Arena had a pauper format always. Yeah, I'm kind of upset that they're like actively talking in the chat and then queuing into me, but you know, whatever, I guess. Never a big fan of that, but it's cool. No, I understand that, but obviously you already have an advantage by watching me play and knowing what my deck is like and all that stuff, whereas I don't know what they are playing. Don't know what Pixie, nor to run Kaito are doing in the same deck. You know what I mean? So it's always like a little bit of an advantage that shouldn't be there. But whatever. Afraid if that arena had Pauper, nobody would play any wild cards. Probably. One-sided open deck list? Yeah, basically. Basically. Which, not a huge fan of that. Polite thing is to just not queue when I'm queuing up. So. I'm gonna get my goat out here. Get him. Happens by chance. It doesn't have to happen by chance if you don't queue up when I'm queuing. But... takes a second before I have a match. Just like, I don't know. It's fine, like it's fine. They're not in chat right now, so it's fine. That would obviously be worse, but, you know, there's still always a bit of an unfair advantage that I don't fuck with too much. Was this like another nowhere to run? There's like a split up or something? I don't know. Let me try this. Okay. Like, it's fine. Like, obviously it's worse if they're in chat, like, actively watching my plays, but, you know. In an ideal world, it's always, like, just fair. But it's not the biggest issue. It could be worse, for sure. Do. We're just gonna drop these two, see where we end up. Okay. If they dipped and told you they were on the mirror and apologized that I felt better. No, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, you don't need to blow it out of proportion, chat. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. I just said that there's always like, there's just a slight disadvantage for me, with the opponent knowing the entire deck because they've watched the stream, but it's not at all as severe as somebody that's actively trying to queue into me and then also snipe. Which they are not doing, okay? Like, they're not doing all that, so it's not at all a problem. But it's not the 100% fair matchup that I usually would hope to queue or would hope to get, but it's not bad. They don't have any malicious intent or anything. Sure. No, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that anyway. Sure. Momentum breaker. What the hell? Sure. Okay. What is Orthoff Pixie? Splash blue for Kaito. Splash blue for Detect Intrusion. Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, most people do that, and that's exactly what you need to do. Like, queuing into me could be an accident. As long as you leave after that, you're chill. Like, don't have to worry about a single thing as long as you're not sniping. Mistakes happen. It's all good. Okay, I'm gonna go voice. I don't really need... Well, some of them are fine. Yeah, that's what I tend to do when I watch, like, other streamers or whatever, but some people don't. It doesn't register in their brain that they could queue into me. Which is fine. Heritage. I could go fire magic too, low-key. Yeah, but it's not necessarily sniping, you know, because there's no intent behind it, so... It's... fine. Do that right there, maybe? Kind of greedy, but maybe fine. I like Joshua because it's out of nowhere to run range. Maybe do something like this instead. It's a bit of a strange hand, but I could try. The lands are fine. You pee your pants if you're up against me. Please. Please. The rips. You were screaming the entire time you played against another streamer and you weren't watching. Yeah. Can get pretty nerve-wracking. Sometimes when I like play in the early access event and I have to like record a video for like the arena channel or whatever. I'm so fucking nervous. Like I always try to like check who the top streamers are in a category at the time because I don't want to queue into them. If I get wrecked, I don't want to like queue into them on stream. Like I always try to see like who's queuing up right now. Am I good to go? Are they in a game? And then I queue up myself. Too embarrassing if not. It's too embarrassing if I don't. Yeah. I feel it. I got it too. Like, I got it too. I'm right there with y'all. Oh, here comes the Cosmogrand. Uh-oh. A highlight reel. Yeah, for real. For real, for real. Yeah, that was sick. That was really fun. But we're not in charge of like what happens over there, so... And then not to that extent. Because that was a really fun one. Even though I got fucking beat up. I got beat up. Well, there go my goats. Aiki is strange attack if this is not for like a... Dang. Throw away Cosmogrand like that? I'll take it, but... Interesting. Well, Yuna, you gotta step up. I'm like side-eyeing the chat, like, the fuck? Sometimes I need to have the... or like, where's the fucking dolphin? We still have that? Don't mind me, just minding my own business over here. Just don't mind me. Pretend I do not see a crazy typo in the chat. Don't worry about it. Just goofing around. Yeah. Reball. Just being silly. I'll just get rid of the rip, I guess. Just being silly. Kind of in a weird spot. I'm just glad that the Cosmogran traded with the 2-1s. Maybe this will put us in a good spot soon. Let's see. The Kona meta deck, which one? The Simic one? They just try to like overwhelm you with advantage. Just try to overwhelm you with advantage. Try to main phase get lost or in blue. They're also in blue, so I don't want to like randomly countered. Or bounce it, yeah. Big C, Sunpearl Kirin picks it up, that type of stuff. I'm gonna get rid of the torch. Well, what the hell, sure. Okay. Yeah. Gotta be careful. Momentum Breaker, not the greatest thing here. That's fair, I guess. We do have a Yuna, though. Lockets. Yuna. We want to swing with this FOMO. Yeah, what the hell, sure. So I'm gonna get this Overlord back, and I'm gonna get this Overlord transform, so they're really gonna have to be looking at like a split up or something if they have it. Okay. Boom, boom. All of a sudden, we had two besties. Day 2. Well, that's a good gear hulk at least, because that that Elspeth would have just made everything fly and it would have been real bad. Even though I don't think they can recover from this board state anyway, like, because I think we, the Yuna deck goes wide too much regardless, so, you know. Gear hulk's cool though, gear hulk's cool. Oh, that's kind of sick. Eshki and Systemic Wave from or Systemic Sense, Wave Sense from Avatar. That's kind of sick, low-key. Somebody using it, Eshki and Timur Battlecryer. I combined that card in like the first days of Tarkir with Corey Steele. I fear I did. Corey Steele Cutter, me trying to use that card like innocently. I tried. Alright, we're against Simic aggro here. Simic aggro, or Simic Aerobroid, or Simic midrange. I truly don't know what we're calling this deck as a collective. We need to give it a cool name. Simic non-cookies. No, I know, like the Phoenix art is incredible. It needs to, like, the vibes need to be matched, you know, how cool the deck is. What the hell? Let me just get rid of the Siren then. I think Simic or Roboroid may be the coolest, but I don't know. Simic Noodle. I have a weird spot to be in, y'all. I'm just gonna pitch 2 cards I can't cast. Just play it safe. You missed the Sultai Snake deck you cooked up with Dragonstorm. Yeah, that one was sick. I like that card. I actually did see some people playing like some Sultai like dragon decks and stuff, which is kind of cool. Kodrick, thank you for the prime. Is this a Yuna pile? Yes. Yes, it is. Top 8 recent standard challenge. The first standard challenge after the bans, so pretty cool to see it in action like that. Ooh. Josh Bounce is kind of crazy because that ETB is real nice. Oh my god, it's uppies. Ah, it's uppies. Run! Oh, uppies can be really quite scary. Man, I'm getting messed up on the mana here, you guys. I'm getting messed up on the mana. I just need to rip some white off the top or something. Bruh. This is kind of unbelievable. Why are there so many like red-green lands in this deck? That can't be right. There's so much white-green in here. Or sorry, white's red in here. The heli? There's not even like any Gruul cards in here. Tuning the stream, me getting mana screwed / flooded. It's fine, it's fine. We've had some good games up until now, so. Another day. Uppies is just going to go crazy on this graveyard right now. Run! Uppies, be nice. Can you play the mouse deck? Yeah, we may. Well, I still don't have that, so been looking for double white for a while, man. She's not giving. It's not giving. Guess we can grab this, but we finally got a playset of all art uppies. Oh my god, nice. Nice. That's definitely one of the things that I would try to get as well if I play Simic on paper, for sure. I could maybe transform Josh, make a 4/4 flyer, lifelink maybe next turn. But yeah, Uppies has bullied my graveyard pretty severely, so. I don't hate that block either, though. Maybe I do it. Fuck it. Maybe I do it. I don't think they have combat tricks in the main in that deck. Like maybe one Snakeskidville or something, but the Brave Swing. Yeah, sometimes you got the Snakeskin. Why block if you can transform? Well, I'm at 10 life. I'd go to 6. Transforming Joshua transforms into exile, so I couldn't attack with it. I only deal like 2 damage and gain 2 life, but still puts me in a really weird spot because this thing's gonna attack again next turn, and then my Josh still can't block it, so we may as well just deal with it now. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well. Yo, what's up, L? Oh. And more Gruul lands. Okay, I see a problem here within the deck. Yikes. I see a problem. I think I'm actually just dead if these maps hit. Shout out to my beautiful lands. If you get all 4 Stomping Grounds, you win. Give me a turn, give me a turn, give me a turn, give me a turn. Oh my god, I actually do have one? Shit, you lie. Now I'm gonna get a white Painland, trust. Now, what do I need? Like, Yuna, Reanimate Overlord? Bruh, BM. Wow, 1 away from Yuna too. I mean, I couldn't even cast Yuna regardless. I don't have white, so... Yikes. Not really vibing too much with a most helpful Weaver, can't lie. You can keep this, we got the colors at least. Yeah, it's a great card, really cute art. I mean, it's perfect. New Robin song drops tomorrow? Oh, we're gonna be tuned in for that. We tune in. Don't need that right now. Doesn't exist. He just wants to get the picked up. It's uppies. It's uppies. I could play this. I mean, I will anyway, because I don't want it tapped. Porcupine. Yeah, Porcupine may have to stay down. L. Ooh. 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 We're still fine. Fire Magic Access 2. Fire Magic 2 damage. Just gonna take it now. I'm not gonna run into any counter magic. Like, we know they play it. Not risking any of that. Just in our own lane. Let's try Josh here. In my lane, moisturized. I want to discard this because I want to target for Yuna, but also, like, it's my only play next turn. Unless I just want to transform Josh, but... Mana value 6 or less? I guess I couldn't bring that back. Kind of awkward. Let's go double land. Play it safe. New Robin song? I had no idea. Period. Let's see where we're at. Brave discard. You gotta be brave sometimes. You know? Gotta be brave sometimes for a 25 land deck, you know? Odds of hitting a land on the top is pretty good in the next 3 cards, so... Didn't happen, but we still have the right play. Like, it's not as if we're locking ourselves out of a turn 5 play. There we go. Oh, they're playing Curiosity in this version. Okay, period. How's it going? It's going. I'm just gonna deny them cards. Gene. Rip Josh. Well, let's see. Beza doesn't make a fish. How desperate am I here? wait a minute. I forgot about that. Oh, that's so sick, actually. Enable to scream makes Joshua an artifact, so we can actually bargain Joshua. That's kind of wild. I don't hate that. Secret enable to scream text. Yeah, for real. Secret text unlocked, enable to scream. Just play Beza out as a 4/5. I forgot about that. Yeah, Shaq actually said it in the chat too, like you saw it. Chat has the vision. Just gonna run it back. I don't mind this hand, but once again, these fucking stomping grounds, like, you guys have been sabotaging me the whole time. Now, what is that good for? I like Seam Rip. I may just gamble on it, maybe. 25 lands? We'll take a gamble. Turn 4 Passage and then Blimp, you get 2 of them. Wow. Mono Blue with the new set. Ooh, what are you gonna play for Mono Blue? Daybreaker, thank you for the 5. Because at the end of the stream, we'll be doing our, you know, set, like, annual roundup. Annual set release roundup of, like, ideas. So, you know, if you guys have any decks you want to see me try during early access tomorrow, I'll be asking for whatever you kind of have in mind, and then we'll write it down and see what we can cook up tomorrow. To be fair, it's not like a Celestial Land exists to swap the Stomping Grounds for, lol. No, that's right, but you could play Multiversal Passage or something. Well, guess I'll go here. You have to do sacrifice. Oh, we will. Oh, we will. Grix is Azula. We have to do Azula for sure. But like we def gotta do something with all the main characters. We gotta do something, the I Justine song. I've heard it. It's a bop. We gotta do something with all the main characters. Definitely. I'm slightly worried about Katara, because Katara looks a little, you know, commander coded, but Azula, hashtag girl boss, yeah. Girl boss Azula. Sokka is like that Jeskai prowess thingy, right? We just enduring innocence? Azula is a terrorist in EDH. Fuck. Yeah, I opened a gorgeous Azula. I opened a gorgeous Azula. Maya. I have both of the Azulas, all art. Not to flex. She came to me, you know? She came to me. Not the flex. Kinda just tempted to set Beza up here, draw some cards, good blocker, life gain. Concept of opening a gorgeous Azula. The concept, you know? I was happy, I was happy. Definitely one of the Azulas and I got them, so. I'll just take it. Is that lessons? Haven't really looked into that much. We're shutting down Beza, not the Enduring Innocence. What the hell, sure. Trade with Beastbinder, like 3 1-drops, I guess. I feel like I'm overthinking this. Low-key. Just Elspeth, maybe. I know they probably got a counter, so. What can you change in Oculus instead of my memory? I am trying to find the answer to that. I haven't found it yet. I feel like maybe we have to go back to like the first versions of Oculus that ever existed, which was like a blue-white, almost like tempo-y deck. Kind of what I'm thinking about. Yeah, the Monastery Mentor stuff. And Monastery Mentor rotated out the format apparently, so that fucking sucks. I fear, I did not know. Yeah, Jin's gone and Mentor's gone, so what the hell's left? I don't know. Yuna, I'm relying on you, Diva. Like, maybe I just do only Innocence. I'll do that, just to play it safe. Wait, no one noticed. Yeah, nobody moved. Because, like, who the fuck is playing Monastery Mentor? Cosmogrand? Yeah, Cosmogrand is not really the same, though, as, like, Monastery Mentor with the prowess, like, payoff and stuff, but... yeah, a little diff. Dude, I'm at 4, sweating. Yuna. Live. Actually, do I start off with... I probably do, actually. Perfect. Then I'm gonna go Fire Magic for 1. Get rid of the Llanowar Elves. Guarantee Yuna. Direct. Gorgeous. We're good to go. Did Alchemy have Monastery Mentor? I don't think we have it. Alright, we got it, guys. We got it.